Only on 7 and 8-year-old boys overcoming an unthinkable tragedy after surviving a mass shooting this past summer.
You may remember when our Simon Shea Cat first sat down with the boy and his family in August. They recounted that horrific day in June at the Rochester Hills splash pad.
Well, since then, their path to recovery has meant facing countless challenges, including 8-year-old Janek, who is relearning to navigate the world around him.
That's right, and our own Simon Shea Cat shows us progress and how the family's spirit and strength have led to an incredible healing journey.
It's been 5 months since I first sat down with survivors from the Rochester Hills splash pad shooting. Now I'm happy to share remarkable progress that's being made and help coming in from all over the world.
I think I feel happy and how good that I've been doing.
At just 8 years old, Janek Bebout has overcome so much. The survivor of a mass shooting last June at the Rochester Hills splash pad, navigating his way through life after a gunshot wound took away his eyesight.
We are gonna click and hear how different things sound.
Janek's parents Joshua and Johanna inviting me to their home to show me the steps Janek is now taking to learn echolocation.
Click.
A way of processing what's around him by measuring sound coming back through clicks. He calls it click training.
There.
Janek's teachers both living without their vision, Juan and Daniel, traveling by plane from Vienna and Australia. After our first story grabbed their attention.
I sent them the story, and I think that gave them the whole picture, and I think that really connected us.
Everything sounds different, and you need to learn how the things sound like. So if you would click in front of the fridge, then it would sound different than if you would click in front of the stove.
What are some of the things that you're doing now that you couldn't do before?
So like at the very beginning I couldn't walk, but now I can walk. I'm getting really good at my cane and I'm doing good in Braille.
Emotions of the past few months have run the gamut from sadness to joy. Johanna telling me she's never been more proud of her youngest Yulin and Janek for not letting a horrific experience define them.
He moves around the house as if nothing ever happened. He used the bathroom, he feeds himself, he goes upstairs with his brother in the playroom. They play completely independent without me.
Daniel and Juan echoing that message as they let us follow along, both inside.
If you click, you can hear, where things are around you, so just maintain a straight line.
And outside Janek's home. Janek beginning to feel out and identify trees.
Something's there.
Mailboxes and trash bins all along his own street, all with his hearing ability.
And what you can do is you can touch things very carefully. Listen.
The car.
Yeah.
With each click, another glimpse of freedom and independence.
Is that a house?
Yeah, that is a house.
Mom! Juan and I just detected a house. I'm learning how to do it. It's not a thing that you can do immediately. You need to learn it. You can ride your bike and go hiking in the mountains when you click.
That day back in June stole more than just his vision. It took away some of his freedom. And he was thrown into a world that he wasn't familiar with. And to have a tool in place that can give him some sort of freedom over his own life and to be able to navigate through a world as being a non-sighted person, it's remarkable.
Supporting one another, this family sharing their sense of feeling empowered now with optimism for what's ahead.
That? A mailbox, yeah!
Yeah.
How do you best explain echolocation to someone for the first time?
It completely transforms people's confidence, people's sense of their surroundings, people's ability to navigate comfortably.
Planning a future centered around being free from fear or limitations is a goal trainers Daniel and Juan say Janek is already beginning to achieve.
It gives you a perceptual radius much wider than your cane does. Because as a blind person, you have to be a problem solver.
He's highly, highly, highly adaptable. He's creative, he's ingenious.
Since the splash pad shooting, Joshua also says Janek has learned just how much the community has rallied around both him and his family.
What has community support looked like over these last few months?
People reach out, they send us cards, they ask, can I bring over food, can I help in any way? It's so nice to have you now in our home talking about such a positive development in this story.
Janek's appearance also different since we first spoke. Another major milestone, part of a recovery.
He had to wear the helmet that he had on the last interview. He had the bone flap that was removed from his side, the side of his skull, has been replaced. Once that is completely healed and his hair grows back, you won't even really see the scar any longer. No matter what life seems to throw at him, he goes through it with a grace that I'm not sure where he gets it.
Both his younger brother Yulin and Johanna are also healing from their own gunshot wounds. The way this family has survived and kept on thriving, a shining symbol of overcoming unthinkable adversity. Along with his immense courage and profound strength, Janek recognizing recovery is a long road. He believes additional research will lead to the ability to repair his optic nerves one day.
One thing that I want to be able to do, which I know is going to happen, is that I'm going to be able to see again.
Janek is still scheduled to undergo a surgery to regain control of his eyelid, part of an ongoing journey that showcases his strength time and again. From Rochester Hills, Simon Shaquette, 7 News Detroit.
Wow, out of tragedy, so much hope for that little boy.
And so inspiring, and you know, he's really working on his own superpowers there.
Yes, he
He's
is.
able to do something really special.
Yes, he's a problem solver. Just beautiful. Thank you, Simon. All right.